Good morning, Philippines. Good morning, Philippines. Oh, I am live. And as usual, because I don't really do this, I got no viewers. But that's okay. Hmm, hold on. Is there a way for me to set this? Ah, never mind. I'll do it later. I'll do it later. I'll just set this live to public later so everyone can view. Meow! Ginger! Oh, who's my viewer? Hi! Meow! Ginger! Meow! Meow, meow. Mmm. Aww. Meow! Meow! Oh, may sugat sa ilong si Ginger. Oh, okay lang. Round 1 pa yun ang away ninyo ni Chubby. Round 2, ikaw na panalo. Ha? May kiss mama? Kiss mama. Mm. Hmm? This is Ginger. This is Ginger. My baby meow. Say hi, Ginger. Say hi, Ginger. Say hi. Meow. Ginger. Say meow. Okay. This is for you, Kiko. Kiko Barzaga. I do not know paano ito makaabot sa'yo, but I really hope makaabot sa'yo. Okay, point number 1. Why Kiko Barzaga should remain in the lower house. Discussion number 1. First argument. Kiko Barzaga won fair and square. Okay? Kiko Barzaga won fair and square. He did not cheat nor deceive people. Point number 2. Kiko Barzaga, so far, he is honest, he is dignified, and we need more of that in the lower house. Number 3, Kiko Barzaga has been able to file certain bills that will truly benefit the Filipinos. For example, he wants to completely remove the value added tax. Why? We already have so many other taxes. We are heavily taxed and we do not need the value added tax because everything gets pocketed. And according to very credible sources, these credible sources are economists who are not blind and will never be swayed by the fake data released by this current government. How much is pocketed every year? Every year. Say, there was one time our national budget was almost 5 trillion. Okay? And that 5 trillion is not from the income alone of the Philippines. That 5 trillion, like a lot of it, we borrowed money overseas. But how much goes to the pockets of our dirty politicians? About 1/3. And how much is that? About 1.4 trillion. 1.4, 1.5. I may have real Chinese blood, like from both parents, but I am not a mathematician and I am an English major. So, kung may konting sabit sa math ko, forgive me. Also, what on earth are they saying about Kiko Barzaga? Kiko Barzaga inciting to sedition. They said the same stuff about Manong Chavit Singson, right? These congressmen, you are smart. You have this. But since you have been so handsomely paid and your life is now fueled by your greed, what happened? You're willing to go full on illogical. Why not? You want the same Hermes bags for your wives and girlfriends and your kids. And you want your kids to say, Daddy, thank you for being my forever ATM machine. Side note, I have nothing against the Banateros brothers, nothing. But I have something against Byron Cristobal. Now, let's set aside the brother from this one, okay? Oliver is Oliver. I will always respect Oliver. Will always respect Oliver. But you, Byron! Why on earth are you doing this again? And why against Kiko Barzaga when you are supposed to protect him? Okay, number 2. Let us discuss the political and personal character assassination of Manong Chavit Singson. For me, this is my opinion. All right? This is my opinion. In the northern and central Luzon, we can only trust one political family, the unwavering Singson family. That's it. There's nobody else they can rely on in the northern and central part of Luzon, save for Manong Chavit Singson and his kin. K-I-N, kin, para sa mga tamad magbasa, tamad mag-aral ng English before. When you say kin, kamag-anak, okay? So yes, do whatever you can. People of northern and central Luzon, better yet, the entire Luzon. Alright? Protect the Singson family at all costs. If we are screaming for Marcos resign, if we are screaming for protect VP Sara, then also scream! Scream and go out! Protect the ones who are protecting Sara! Barzaga and Singson. Okay, now. When did they begin to do this? I don't know how it is with you. You. Lahat kayong makakapanood nito. I do not know. But I have been watching news since I was a little girl. And I started having doubts. after the Maharlika investment funds, which means just a few months after Ferdinand Marcos Jr. became president. I'm like, there's something fishy. So fishy. But that kind of fishy, that is not something I can feed my cats. Only other cat lovers will understand. And it's sarcasm, by the way. And if you do not understand that sarcasm, it means kulang ka sa aral, mahina dito mo. Alright. Hello, princess. Princess, my calico cat, princess. Good morning. Okay. Now, I am not supposed to do this, but I will fight. One last time. I keep saying one last time. Last year I said one last time. This year I said one last time. I do not know when that one last time will be, but I do know that the people of Mindanao are itching. Alam ninyo kung ano yung itch na yon. It's the itch to be independent. And we, the Huaran, Mindanao, the Huaran, 要了，我们可以了。加油！加油！ Mindanao 华人加油！ I dare not say 非华人 because Luzviminda might just die next year. Goodbye, Luz. Merece! Okay, now, point number 3, the double I ethnicities. We're looking for point 001 now. Alright, some of you might have read someone's Dear Panggulong BBM, that letter. I have hidden some names, but clearly it was I who wrote that one. Me. I will not deny that. Me. What? I wrote it. Okay? On behalf of the Maralitang, what's the double I of the Philippines? Kasi I consider the Ilocano and the Ifugao to be like one ethnicity. I consider them as one because they're very, very similar, and it's I and I. And it's both Filipino blood, right? So they're one entity for me. Okay, that's the first I. Now the second I is the I with the small eyes. The inchik kind of I. You know, pobre si mama, pobre si papa, si mama gikan baybayon, si papa nagdako magsyudad, pero si papa, 9 anyos pa lang, naglimpya buta akong papa, ng limpyog sapatos. Akong mga uyuan, mga iyaan, uyamot mi na inchik! Uyamot! Wait. That was a lot of Bisaya. Okay. Pobre si Papa, pobre si Mama galing sa... Ano man ang may bayon, oy? From the coastal town of Shikret. Wag na! Malaman nyo lang kung saan ang galing si Mama. Tapos, Talagang nagsumikap lang. Si Papa naman, dito naman sa Davao City. Pero, at the age of nine, my dad, he was cleaning shoes, like the shoes of the shopkeepers in Chinatown, Oyanggurin Street. Right now, I think if I remember correctly, kasi mostly nandito na ako sa District 2, and we have a lot here in District 2. I do not really go that much to District 1. If I'm not mistaken, Ramon Magsaysay Street right now. So, my papa saw this beautiful girl working in a gasoline station. Kasi may gasoline station yan, and then the University of Mindanao. So, Mama used to work there. And then he said, I waited for 6 months. I could not say, hi, miss. Ang ganda-ganda ng mama mo. By the way, ang kamukha ko si Papa. Hindi si Mama. Medyo minalas tayo ng konti, pero hindi naman pangit si Papa. Bakit yung magandang-magandang babae, do you think hahalik sa pangit? Okay. So, that was their history. And then they married. You know, the very, very traditional, mga pobre na inchik Pinoy. And yes, my grandmothers, the both of them, they are Filipinos with Spanish blood, legit Spanish blood. Okay, Dura, Dura Paktain sa mom side ko, and then she became Mrs. Secret, and then si Ama de la Paz Ortega, na apo pa ni Mr. Louie na naging si Mrs. Secret. Pinalitan ko nga ang aking Facebook name, alright? And if you can read my Chinese name, good for you. If you cannot, keep guessing. Alright, so, when I was growing up, I was 10 years old. Mama gave me 500 and a grocery list. So I learned how to do the check the label, mommy, at the age of 10. And then Mama showed me columnar. Columnar. Yung spreadsheets ngayon, in Google Spreadsheets, that was columnar before. I was 10 years old. Mama kasi working student, Papa's also working student. Papa's marketing major, Mama is accounting major. And Mama really wanted to instill sa aking dito yung you cannot just spend the money frivolously, okay? From a very spoiled Papa's girl na, like how it is with fathers. When they earn a lot and they know that they already put aside savings, they've already decided on the savings how much to save that certain month, but they still have extra money. And when the dad says, when the father says, when the husband says, let's go shopping, what happens to the kids? I'm the eldest. I look just like him. Save for the nose. But this is a lucky nose. According to the Chinese feng shui. Okay, why is this lucky nose? And why do I have no intentions whatsoever to have this like beautified by science? Why do I not want this na alam mo yung maganda sa paningin ng mga kung sino man sila? Kasi daw this is called either the cherry or the apricot or the tomato nose. because it looks round. The shape is the tip is rounded like a fruit. Okay? And so that means now I can smell money from a mile or 2 miles away, which means I can smell opportunities and lots of it, which is true, which is true. The same goes for my mom. The same goes for my mom. My mom has the same lucky nose. My sister has the same lucky nose. All right? So, I was 10 years old. She gave me 500 pesos and the grocery list. And she told me, you go to Fel Crisales, because we were living in Chinatown. You go to Fel Crisales, anak. We will go there together. But I will be looking at you. I will be looking at how you do groceries. So I felt like a responsible big girl. Alam mo yung Maria went to town na may market, may daladalang pangpamalengke na the basket. I did that. Real life. So it was like Janice went to town. Yes. I am Janice, alias Jiya. Klaro naman, teacher. Janice May. Paano ko ma-i-deny yung pangalan na yan? So, yeah. When we got home, Mama said, this is nice. You have a bit of extra. And this is yours. This is your reward. You're such a good girl. What will you do with this? I just saved the money. Because that was meant to be for my piggy bank. You know the pig, the pigs, these days, these kids, they know Peppa Pig. I know another piggy bank. So I just put it there. My brother and I and my little sister, we decide to put as much as we can in the piggy bank to make sure we can buy gifts for Father's Day and Mother's Day. Or Christmas. As much as we can, we will try to give back to our parents. So, yeah, I learned a lot as a young girl. And then, my sister-in-law, who is half Ilocana, the very first trip she had with my brother about 2008. My brother gave her money. My brother said, please do not let me think about budgeting. Make sure you spend that properly for our food, our transportation, everything. For maybe 2 days. I know this is enough for 2 days, okay? Today and tomorrow, you do not have Ilocano blood. Pretend. We are half Bisaya, remember? Pretend. We are just Bisaya. We will be having fun in an extravagant manner. But do you know what my sister-in-law did? This is what Manong Pretty Eyes did. She did not spend it frivolously. I mean, but of course, the mommy is the pure Ilocana. She spent it very wisely and the very Next day, the second day, she said, we have enough for breakfast and lunch for the third day. And this is my liquidation. And then my brother said, let's go to Achi and Mama. So they went to our place in Binyan, Laguna. And then my brother said, you girls talk, but Achi, let's go out. Let's go do a bit of grocery. You cook spaghetti tonight? Achi? Oh, okay. And then he showed me the liquidation. And he said, I know who my wife should be. And I said, ooh, na in love ka sa point. 0.5, very good. But I was confused. I'm like, but Adrian, I do not understand this. Because we grew up doing it round off to the nearest peso. And then he said, being someone who's very smart, very, very good in math, very good with numbers, I think we can teach her that after she becomes my wife. And so I said, yes. Oh, my sister-in-law. Look at her now. Her and me. Along with my other Ilocana friends. I'm talking about the women, okay? Now we have to find 0.001, the slightest difference, for us to all figure out what happened and for us to all understand how much the next inflation rate will be, because I know the how often. Trust me, it could be 2 to 3 months from now. Because BBM in Bisaya means bugas, bulad, mahal. Bugas, bigas, bulad, dried fish, mahal. Even the cheapest bigas is not cheap anymore. Even the bulad, the dried fish, the pobre eat, is also expensive. Lakbay. Nagpa-control ka dito? The New Yorker frog? Ribbit, ribbit! In the islands of the Philippines, coca. Ginger princess, the next time you see a frog, kill the frog, my dear cats. And that, my dear viewers, that is what I want to instill to everyone's head right now. Galit na kami! Akala ba naman namin, the more Chinese ang magpakasal sa mga Ilocano, aasenso kami ng konti. Umangat nga ng konti, patipid naman ang patipid. Pero okay lang daw. Kaya sanay kami dyan. Huwag naman. Gusto rin namin ng konting luho. Ano ba yan? Like, hindi naman kami kuripot na kuripot. Hoy! Ang aming taste buds. It's expensive. Kumakain kami ng mas mahal ang pagkain namin sa inyo. Mas mahal! Maggastos kami sa food. Go ask another Ilocano. Go ask another Chinese. Ifugao. Ask them! Walang hiya. Walang hiya na tayo! Wala nang umiinom ng Nescafe or Kopi Ko or kung ano pa mang brand ng kape dyan. Isa lang. Isang brand ang iniinom ng mga pobreng Inchik at Ilocano, itong mga Ifugao, yung mga Igorot. Forwards. Bangon, animal, kayod, na, or should I say, bangon, animal, kakayod, na naman, tayo. But we are united. Since we love the letter I, we will find .001 together! Patalsikin si Marcos! Marcos resign! Patalsikin si Marcos! Marcos resign! I love you all. Ay, mukha ko si Miss Minchin, but I love Inday Sara. I love Inday Sara. Of course, I'm from Davao City. I love Inday Sara.